breakfast today. I already took a bite out of my eggs, but I've got 159 grams of egg whites, just sprinkled with some Kinder seasoning. Decided on some hot oatmeal this time. So I just have like one serving of like the oats. I just cooked it with some water and it exploded, not exploded, but it did kind of bubble over in my microwave. So that's always fun. So I got the serving of oats. I got the PB2 powder is like about 10 grams of PB2 powder. I did put some of the Swerve brown sugar in there to sweeten it all up. I've got some berries. I just got some strawberries, some blueberries, and some plain Greek yogurt. And then I just topped it off with some cinnamon, and then enjoying my second cup of coffee here. That's just sweetened with some Jordan Skinny syrup. And that is breakfast for today, y'all. I am about to get some sourdough bread going, and I haven't really started yet. I'm just getting out my bowl and my water, and I've got my starter right here. But I wanted to record this because there was one day a few weeks ago, I really wish I had recorded this. This jar was severely pressurized. It had been a couple of days since I fed it. I have not been doing a very good job with my starter here, but it is active. So that's why I want to actually get some sourdough going. But I haven't even opened this yet. Oh my God. This is going to be so bad. This lid, I think it's pressurized. It's kind of bubbling over. Oh man, this is going to be so bad. All right, this is why I'm recording this. I better get my hair behind me. Oh, this is about to get for real. Okay. I don't want to do this. I just got out of the shower. It's going to explode. It's going to explode. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. We are not explode. Okay. We're kind of exploding. Kind of. We're making a mess is what we're doing. Okay. Oh, we are so active. It ain't funny. It's like a super active activator. So I got my scale here. Do my water. 650 grams of water. So I'm doing that first. All right. It is zeroed out. Oh my God, y'all. I'm just kind of like scraping it off the side here. Oh my God. It is so funny. Okay. So. All right, so I'm doing 50 grams of oil, 40 grams of honey. I got some nice local honey. I need to buy some more. 40 grams of that. Okay, then we need 20 grams of salt. I usually just use the pink Himalayan salt. I mean, that's just what I've been using it this entire time, and it comes out just fine. Okay, and then we do 1,000 grams of flour. Now I'm just gonna stir this until shaggy dough forms. Start with the spoon, but then I'm just gonna go in with my hands because your hands are the greatest tools that God gave you. All right, so we got our shaggy dough right here. It's looking beautiful. So now I'm just gonna cover this with a wet towel, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 30 minutes. So the reason why I wanted to show you that, show you me opening up that jar, is because, oh my God, like I said, a few weeks ago, I was watching my girl Danielle, and she was talking about her sourdough, and I was like, oh, I need to feed my sourdough starter. So I paused her video, I went and got my starter, and me and TJ were standing in the kitchen, and I opened it. Actually, no, he brought it to me. He started to open it, and you could hear like the pressurized, you could hear it like seeping out. And so he ran over to like the sink. And so then like, I think I might've opened it all the way, and it literally exploded. I mean, exploded. It was a mess. It was all my hair, my clothes, all like the counters, the toaster. Everything was covered in sourdough starter. I was just like, oh my God, that just freaking happened. And like, I instantly like got out my phone and I recorded it so I could show Danielle, and I sent her the video, and I'm like, I can't believe that just freaking happened. That was so funny. I wish I would have gotten it like actually exploding. So that's why I saw that when it was pressurized, I was like, oh man, if I didn't do it slowly, it probably would have exploded. But thankfully I caught it in time and was able to get it over to the sink. But anyway, I just thought it was funny, and so I thought, okay, if this does explode, I am definitely getting it on camera this time. Now it is time for lunch. I'm getting pretty hungry. It's almost 12:30. That still has time to sit before we start doing our stretch and folds. I do like about 4 stretch and folds like every 2 hours, and then it's going to like sit for a couple more hours. So I probably will be baking this either maybe like later tonight or early in the morning tomorrow. Anyway, that's gonna be like the longest time, and since I think we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms this afternoon, today is a good day to be making some sourdough stuff. But anyway, so also just to show you, or just to talk about my workout this morning. Oh, that was really good. I had to change up another exercise because since I work out at home, I don't go to a gym. I was doing hamstring curls on my first leg day of the week, but I'm getting tired of doing that simply because I've been doing it for like, I think I counted like 12 weeks in a row, and I'm just kind of like getting burnt out and I want to do something else. And on top of that, like the way I normally do it, because like I hold the weight in between my feet and then I just, you know, curl up. Oh, okay. So if my feet are like this and I'm holding the dumbbell like this and I'm like curling up, the bottom part of the weight keeps hitting my shins and it leaves bruises on my legs, and I'm getting tired of it. I've decided that we are not doing those, but I wanted to switch it out for another hamstring exercise. What are these cats doing? I had just found an exercise from another YouTuber that I watch a lot, and she did these elevated hamstring bridges. And let me tell you, so you have your legs, you could put them up on a couch. I happen to have my bench, that's fine. You could put your heels up on the couch, and then you want to drive your heels into, whether it's your couch or your bench, toes sticking up, and doing what would be like a glute bridge. And you could use weights. You don't have to use weights, but I think weights, I mean, trying to progressive overload here. But I even started out with a 20-pound dumbbell. Let me tell you, I got about, what did I get? I think like I got like 15, 16 of them in there. Oh my gosh, you feel it in the back of your legs. That little elevation, driving your heels in, it makes a huge difference. Sometimes changing out your workout, and then it just made me more excited for my workout again, because I changed up something. I'm still working the same body part, but just doing a different exercise, and it kind of like revs up your excitement, like, ooh, I'm gonna do this. And it ended up being a really good workout. I'm gonna feel it. Let me tell you, I felt everything. Breakfast, you already saw that. Oh, yesterday I had made, so there's another YouTuber, Nikki Gets Fit. I bought her cookbook like a while back, and she has a recipe for the 2-ingredient dough bagels. Kind of cracks me up that it's called 2 ingredients because it's actually 3 ingredients. Flour, the baking powder, and the Greek yogurt. That's 3 ingredients. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, very simple to do. Baked them up in the oven. So that's what my first pre-workout was. A little lesser in calories, so it makes it a little bit better than buying like the Lender's or the Thomas's bagels. It doesn't have as many carbs as I like to have in my pre-workout, because like that's why I use the bagels for my pre-workout, because I seem to perform way better with higher carbs. So I got to add a little bit more honey, and that was delicious. Making a mess on my plate and then just licking it up. It's, you know, it's all good. I don't care. Judge me if you want to. That is what you saw in the first clip, was those 2-ingredient dough bagels. It was good. I think next time I make them, because like later in the week, well, for my pre-workout next week, I'm going to be making them again, but I'm going to be adding a pinch of salt because I feel like it was lacking in flavor. I did take some minced onion and I put that on top, and then you do your egg wash on top of that, and then you bake it. But what I think the dough itself needs is some salt. There's no salt, and so it's very bland. I will be making it again, and I will experiment with some other seasonings on top, and maybe even doing some cinnamon, and do like a cinnamon swirl. If I could figure out how to do like a French toast, because Lender's does like a French toast bagel. Man, if I could mimic that, That would be awesome. So enough gabbing. I'm gonna go ahead and make lunch. I'm going to make a big old salad, a little extra protein. I have some shrimpies thawing out, so I'm gonna drain these. I'm gonna pat them dry. I think I'm going to put these in the air fryer. I watched somebody had put some shrimp in the air fryer for just a couple of minutes. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just heat them on a skillet. I have no idea. I'll get back to you on that. But I know I'm gonna season, I'm gonna pat them dry, season them, and cook them up, and then they're gonna go in our salad because they're raw. These are not cooked, they're raw. Okay, we got our raw shrimp is ready to rock and roll. I just drained it, patted them dry. I use this spray butter. It was obviously, clearly it was on clearance over at Walmart. It's the garlic flavor. I put this on green beans. I can smell garlic, but I don't taste it for some reason. I don't know, but oh, I can't believe it's not butter. That's what it is. So I just sprayed the shrimp a little bit, and I seasoned it with some Tony's because, you know, love Tony's. And so I'm just kind of shaking it around, and we're gonna go ahead and get this in the air fryer. Okay, so I looked at my little owner's manual, and so for shrimp it said air fry for 330 degrees for 8 minutes. So that's what we're doing. So while the shrimp is cooking, hopefully this isn't like the worst lighting ever, because it's already starting to kind of look that way. I have no idea. So we're gonna be making this salad, and we're using a big old bowl because I like volume in my food. So we're starting with this. Need my scale, and we got our leafy greens. I got the butter crunch salad because I like some butter crunch. And yesterday I made this salad. It was freaking phenomenal, and I had tuna. I mixed it with the tuna, and I'm out of tuna today, so that's why we're using shrimp, because it is low calorie and high in protein. So that's why we're doing shrimp. Don't forget about the seafood, y'all. It's good stuff. Greens going in. And yes, we're basically just gonna use the rest of this tub. It's only just over 4.5 ounces. Let's go ahead and track it in our macros, because yesterday I did 4 ounces, and guess what? 4 ounces of butter lettuce is only 13 calories. You could have this massive bowl for 13 calories. You heard me right. 15 calories. 15 calories for the lettuce. Volume. The shrimp is done. I may have overdone it on the Tony's. Maybe just a smidge. But that's okay, because we're going to be adding our cottage cheese, and with the other stuff that we have going on in here, it's going to be a nice addition. And it's not overcooked. You would think cooking shrimp for 8 minutes, it would leave it overcooked, but it was a low temperature, so it cooked it just right. So to our greens, I'm also going to use the spinach. Why? Because I bought this bag because I wanted to make my scrambled eggs with the spinach and tomatoes, and I did do that. But now I'm like eating other things, and I don't want my spinach to go bad, because you know these bags don't last. Where'd my knife go? So let me switch her back to grams. And I like spinach. I like spinach. I like raw spinach, and I like cooked spinach. But if it's gonna be cooked, if it's gonna be like I don't care if it's like a spinach dip or in like some other recipe, it needs to be chopped. I don't like big leaves like this that are like sticking to the back of my throat. That's disgusting. I can't do it. I don't like it. I don't like big hunks of cooked spinach just kind of, I feel like it's like in your mouth, just kind of slapping you around in your mouth, and it kind of grosses me out, honestly. 27 grams. 27 grams of spinach. 6 calories. I don't like cooking food with my hair in my way. And that's 1 gram of protein. That ain't bad. 1 fiber. Gotta have the fiber. No stems. I like spinach, but I'm picky. I'm gonna use some red bell pepper. Let's see where we're at today. All right, today we are at 33. I would cut up the rest of this bell pepper, but I'm just gonna save it for a salad tomorrow, so planning ahead. Purple onion. Some people call it red onion. I call it purple onion. It is in fact purple. I know you've actually heard me call it red onion before too. You know, it's just because I watch other people's grocery hauls and they say red onion, and so then I just like, I don't know, they get in my head. I mean, at 26 grams, let's see where we're at today. And look at that, 26 on the nose. Okay, perfect. I have to change nothing. I'm gonna pause this for just 1 second because my timer went off and it's time to do the first stretch and fold with our sourdough. Uno momento. Okie dokie, this is what she's looking like. Just gonna do our first stretch and fold. Okay, black beans. So I happen to have these black beans in my refrigerator, so I'm gonna use those up. 20 grams, which I know is not a lot, but I wanna use these. I don't want them going bad. I have some corn that I had roasted up. It was actually from a can, and I just drained it, and I put it in a pan, sauteed it with like some seasoning. Turned out really good. So we're doing some corn. Where did I go? 50 grams of the corn. 4 ounces of shrimpies. Oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. Can you see the shrimp? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. 4 ounces of shrimp. That is exactly 1 serving. Right there on top. I know it's going to sound a little weird, and I thought so too when I did this yesterday, but it actually works. We're doing some cottage cheese, about 96 grams. There we go. That is everything. That is everything, my friends. The only other thing that I did yesterday, and I think I'm going to do it again today, is do some, hang on 1 second. I've got this sriracha hot chili sauce. Sorry if you can't see it because the lighting just sucks right now, but this on here is going to be so good. The nice thing about the sriracha sauce, it is 0 calorie. I know it seems weird to use hot sauce as a dressing, but when you're watching your calories, it's pretty good. Bam. Look at this. Look at this massive bowl of food. Look at my tracker. Do you see this? You've got, well, okay, I've got my Drizzlicious. I'm going to get my Drizzlicious little bites as my little sweet treats, but including that, look at that. You got your spinach, onion, the lettuce, cottage cheese, pepper, beans, shrimp, corn. Look at that. That's including my little sweet treat, 347 calories. Are you kidding? Under 400 calories, you get to have this massive food that is going to fill you up, and it's a bunch of protein. I'll put the macros at the bottom of the screen. I got my sourdough. I've already done like the other 2 stretch and folds because you're supposed to do it. This particular recipe, you're supposed to do it every 30 minutes for a total of 2 hours, and I already did that. So now I have that because it makes 2 loaves, and I've got them in my oven. The oven is off, but the light is on, and I got a damp towel over top of it. So that's going to rise for 2.5 hours. I got about 2 hours and 15 minutes right now. So that is going, and then hopefully by 5 o'clock tonight, we'll be able to bake them and they will be ready to go. We still have bread that we are working through, and like a small loaf of that Nature's Own sourdough bread that I'm working through. But these, I'm gonna pre-slice these, and then I'm gonna stick them in the freezer for when we're ready for them. So they will be good to go, and we will have plenty of sourdough bread. But I wanted to get this done specifically because my sourdough starter, as you saw, was very active and very full. I need to get like a bigger jar for my sourdough starter. It is not big enough because it lasts like only so many days, and then I got to do something with it. So we're gonna end up with like a ton of sourdough things. So anyway, so that's what's going on in here. I just got my dishes taken care of. I'm not going to show you my sink. We all have dishes. I crack up whenever I'm watching somebody's channel and be like, oh, don't look at my dishes in my sink. Girl, we all have dirty dishes. So what? Who cares? Don't act like you don't have dirty dishes. Miss Charlotte is working on some posters. I got mine done over here. We are doing a fundraiser here in a couple of weeks, and we're doing some spiral potatoes, and then we've got like hot dogs, chips, and everything. So she is working on her poster. Each one of the kids from the youth group that's actually doing, because like they're raising money for a church camp, and they're not going until like July, but we're doing the fundraiser now. We might do another one because another church is actually paying for them. So we're trying to raise up as much money as possible, hopefully more than we did last year. and because we're getting a jump start on it. So each one of the kids was supposed to take home a poster to work on it. We started to work on it after church one day, but then kids had other places to go, and y'all, it's summertime. You know, these teenagers, they have better things that they want to do. So I guarantee you, except for one girl, two girls. There's two girls that I'm pretty certain have worked on their poster. One of the girls usually watches my videos. So if you're watching this right now, girl, you better be working on your poster. That's a little side note for her right there. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Is getting ready for that fundraiser, bread rising, and it is almost 3 o'clock. And I need to get some steps in because I'm like just under 5,000 steps. So I better get to marching. I'll check in with you in just a little bit, because then after, probably gonna do about 30 minutes on the walking pad. That'll usually get me like about 1.25 miles, and then it'll be about snack time. And so here you go. And then for dinner tonight, I do have some chicken thawing out. For dinner tonight, we're doing that chicken butternut enchiladas skillet. I'll leave it linked down below. I've already done a video on it. It's so good. What I'm really looking forward to is eating it with those tortilla chips. Love those tortilla chips. But anyway, so let me go ahead and get on the walking pad. Okay, before I get on the walking pad, I told Charlotte I was gonna try this Cosmic Superhero. TJ's tried this one. I haven't actually used it in one of my tumblers yet. I wasn't really impressed with it, but I thought, well, maybe if I mix it with maybe a blue raspberry, I don't know, maybe that could be good. We got this one here, the Hawaiian Punch Magic Mix. And earlier I tried the Marshmallow Cloud. That one was really good. And then which one did you just grab, Charlotte?
Fairy dust.
Oh, fairy dust. That's right. Charlotte is trying the fairy dust. So I'll let you know what the fairy dust tastes like. Ooh, it's so blue. That's not too bad. I'm not really crazy about the Cosmic Superhero. I don't even know what the heck it's supposed to even taste like. But mixing it with the blue raspberry, it's pretty good. Charlotte's mixing hers up right now. Okay, so Charlotte doesn't want her reaction recorded, but we just tried the fairy dust and it's very good. So just letting you know, so far 2 out of 3 are really good. Okay, snack time. I made a little snacky plate. I got a light string cheese. I got about 23 grams of ham, 25 grams of turkey, a couple of pickles. That is going to be a snack before here in just a little bit. I'm going to get the butternut squash ready for dinner. Charlotte is working very hard over here on some homemade donuts. She's doing everything by herself. She is doing awesome. It is from the Radish Kids. This is the I'm sorry, Charlotte. It's the blueberry glazed donuts. She doesn't like blueberries, even though she's never had one, Charlotte. But they do give you options for making either a chocolate, a maple, or a strawberry glaze, and they tell you how to do it. So it's kind of cool. Gives you like all the... George, you leave those birds alone.
Why is there a marshmallow in here?
It's the marshmallow is in there to keep the brown sugar from stiffening and getting hard and ridiculous to work with. So
okay.
You can take the marshmallow out so that you can get your brown sugar, but then make sure you put the marshmallow back in, okay?
Okay.
Anyway, that's what's going on over here. I got about 1.25 miles in on the walking pad, so I'm doing really good with steps. I think I am at 7,153, and it's only going on 4 o'clock, so we got time. These are the donuts that Charlotte made. Look how awesome they turned out. I am so excited. I cannot wait to try one of these. She did all of this by herself. I only assisted in the sense of finding like the donut molds for her, and I basically didn't do anything. Like, she did all of this herself, and these turned out amazing. I'm so proud of her. But as for me, I'm going to be getting started on our dinner tonight. So I just have my butternut squash already chopped and ready to go, chopped and weighed out specifically, ready to go. I've got some Velveeta shreds here. So the macros are going to be a little bit different than the last time I made it, because I used regular, like a Mexican blend cheese, but saving myself a little calories, I used Velveeta shreds here. Got some onion. I had 2 jalapenos in the refrigerator. I think it only calls for 1, but they're like kind of like, they were starting to wrinkle, and I didn't have, I I didn't want them going bad or anything, so I just chopped them both up. It's totally fine. I just got to chop up my chicken. I've got a whole mess going on over here. I got my phone with the recipe on it. Cumin, chili powder, minced garlic, black beans, enchilada sauce, salt and pepper. The butter is actually for my bread when it comes out of the oven in a little while. Oh, I gotta actually preheat the oven for that because they should be done rising at this point. Oh, and these are the little donut molds. So when you order from Radish Kids, it'll give you like a kit. So like whatever recipe that they give you, like in which case like donuts, they'll actually give you the donut molds that come with it. And they'll give you like, there's all kinds of stuff, and it's really cool. She did it for a really long time. It was a subscription. She's made a lot of recipes, and all of them are really good. She makes it all by herself. You know, I'm there to assist if she needs help, but she does everything by herself, and it's actually really cool. I mean, I can link it down below in case you're interested, but I mean, that's not sponsored or anything. I'm just sharing like, hey, this is what Charlotte did. I'm gonna get dinner ready, but I have to run outside really quick and go feed the goats really quick. I think some clouds are coming in. We were supposed to get like thunderstorms this afternoon. You can't ever believe the Weather Channel. I looked at 3 different websites for the weather in our town, and all 3 said something else, like something completely different. And then finally I got a notification saying that we are supposed to get thunderstorms. We were gonna go to the pool today, but then the town where the pool is supposed to get thunderstorms. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on with this weather. We have not had a lick of rain today, but the clouds are rolling in, so maybe it's coming. Who knows? I need to go outside and go feed these goats really quick. The little chickens over here I just fed. In fact, one of them decided to be brave and fly to the top of the stock tank and was just sitting there like, oh, I made it up here. I'm like, what are you doing? So I got them, I filled their food and water up. They're good to go. They're actually quieting down because they're eating now. And I think River's sitting on the chair over there, bird watching. Oh yeah, you might not be able to tell, but yeah, some clouds, darker clouds are coming in. Are y'all ready to eat? Come on, you lazy bums, let's go. You see that? I mowed today. Looks so much nicer. Okay. Okay, everybody's eating. Say hi, Maple. Hi, Maple babies. Hello, my darling. I got some chickens. Hey, girls. I don't have any treats today. I'm so sorry. I know. There's my Dixie girl. All right, y'all, it is the next day. Sorry about this hair. It is a mess, I know, but it's early in the morning. It's only just going on 9 o'clock, but we got up, had a pre-workout, which I just showed you. I did have my breakfast. It was the same as yesterday. That's why I didn't bother showing it to you. But I got some dishes going, getting some cleaning done. My sourdough did not rise good enough yesterday because since Charlotte was using the oven to make those donuts, which were, by the way, delicious. Oh my gosh, like I did have one. I know I'm in a calorie deficit. I have no idea how many calories it is. But sometimes, y'all, just when your 14-year-old daughter makes donuts and she's like, hey, you want to try it? I'm like, yes, you do want to try it. You do. Okay? Don't break her heart. So I had to take these out of the oven. They were rising in the oven and I had to take them out because she was using it. And so then this morning, or last night before going to bed, after the oven was completely cooled off, put them back in the oven so that they can continue rising. And when I got up this morning, I checked on them and they were actually below the line. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna let them sit a little bit longer. And now this one, this one is like bubbling over the edges. So I'm preheating my oven now, 400 degrees. They're gonna go in for 30 minutes. And then when they come out, I'm gonna rub with some butter. It's going to be delicious. And when they completely cool, I will slice them. I did not film for you the rest of the day after Charlotte made her donuts. We had some weather, y'all. The storm that I had been waiting all day for had finally rolled in, like really quick. Dark, dark clouds. Wind was just blowing. And it was just a torrential downpour. We actually did lose power for a couple of hours. But thankfully, it just so happened to be like right when I finished dinner. Like dinner is done. I'm about to put it in my bowl. Power goes out. I'm like, oh, talk about timing. So that was great. So it only lasted for a couple hours, came back on, no big deal. But that's why I didn't even bother filming the rest of the day. So that's why we are into today. And so now I've got these eggs that I got to deal with. I've got like 1,000,001 eggs. So I got to deal with that. I'm going to use my larger mason jar because I separate the egg whites to make breakfast go a little bit easier. And so I'm going to get that going so I can just like, because I have a rotation with all the eggs I have going on. I think lunch is going to be the same. Dinner I think is going to be the same. Y'all, I just took these out of the oven. How funny is this? It's okay. It's going to still taste good just the same. And we're just going to rub her down with some butter because butter makes everything better, y'all. I stand by that. I don't care what kind of diet I'm on or what I'm doing, butter still makes everything better. And look how gorgeous that looks. We're bursting at the seams here, but look how much nicer that butter makes it look. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to hold on to this butter by the wrapper and it is not working out for me. Okay. Now we are going to let these sit until they completely cool off and then we'll get to slicing.